Interesting facts about famous people.
Best World War II Naval Epic Movies. World War II was the largest and most consequential war in human history. It was also vast and complex, fought in many theatres of war, land, air and sea. It's the latter we will talk about today. The war at sea had a huge impact on how the war was fought and lost or won. If you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Let's get into it. We Dive at Dawn, 1943. Shot during the war, this story of a British submarine crew contrasts the demands of the war against the home lives of the crew, having their leave abruptly cancelled, having to leave unfinished business at home and rush to sink a German battleship. This film successfully depicts the claustrophobic life aboard a submarine, cleverly using stock footage intercut with new footage to produce compelling naval battles.
Pumps down together. Bye, sir. Thanks for the oil.
We're putting our pennants up. Well done, P61.
Midway, 1976 and 2019. Midway was the battle that turned the Pacific War against the Japanese. In this battle, US aircraft carriers managed to surprise a Japanese Navy group that was trying to destroy the carriers that escaped Pearl Harbor, but the US turned the battle against the Japanese, sinking 4 of their aircraft carriers, something the Japanese could not replace. The 1976 version stars Charlton Heston and Henry Fonda, an exciting epic that depicts not just the events, but the feeling of the battle. The 2019 version is also a worthy version, not to be missed. Sink the Bismarck, 1960. The German battleship Bismarck was among the most powerful warships, and the British Navy in the Atlantic was not prepared for it. If it could make its way into the open sea, it would devastate much-needed shipping. This film of its sinking is one of the most compelling high seas pursuits ever, and captures the excitement. It tells the tale from both sides with a true human perspective. Stock footage and live action bring the battles to life. In Which We Serve, 1942. This movie attempts to tell the naval war of World War II, seen through the crew of the British destroyer HMS Tauren. The story takes place after the ship is sunk during a battle in the Mediterranean Sea. The crew flashback to key battles while floating in a life raft, including fighting off Norway and the evacuation of Dunkirk. The movie has no big stars other than writer, director, actor Noel Coward. The acting is well done and keeps the action compelling from the beginning.
Be proud and honoured to serve with again. Goodbye.
Run Silent, Run Deep, 1958. The claustrophobic space of a submarine are pressure cookers for tension. Contrasted against the high-stakes fighting going on around them, tension makes for great war movies, several of them in this video, including this film with Clark Gable and Burt Lancaster. Gable stars as the commander, out for revenge after the Japanese sank his former command. Lancaster is his lieutenant, who thinks the job should have been his. Based on a book written by a World War II naval veteran, the naval battles and human drama are compelling and realistic.
It wasn't Jim. That's quite obvious now, sir. Passing a Jap submarine to save your torpedoes. Jeopardizing a whole boat with a bow shot. Ducking a convoy so they can't radio opposition. Well, you planned it all right. And you knew it.
The Cruel Sea, 1952. A challenge filming naval battles in the post-war period was locating ships to use. In this film, producers purchased the last surviving wartime corvette to use in the movie. The movie tells the tale of an escort ship protecting merchant ships from submarines. Based on a novel by a World War II veteran, The Cruel Sea features many aspects of the naval war. The inexperience of many crews, the separation between sailors and officers, the weather, and the difficult choices officers face in war.
Any minute now. Oil. Oil, sir.
The Enemy Below, 1958, another classic movie about the battle between convoy escorts and submarines. Known as Duel in Atlantic in German, focused on two captains, their crews, and their battle strategies. Just long enough from the war that the German commander can be seen as a complicated character. Kurt Jürgens plays submarine captain von Stolberg, with as much empathy as Robert Mitchum gives to destroyer captain Muriel.
Secondary, fire at the bridge.
Tora, 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 1970. The attack on Pearl Harbor, Tora, 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 a joint US-Japanese production, representing the battle from both sides. The even balance of this film depicts how close the US-Japanese alliance had grown by this time. The collaboration does not dilute the intensity of the battle scenes. This epic shows how decisions made on both sides affected the battle, and the luck that made the Pearl Harbor raid at once a spectacular success and an abysmal failure, since it failed to destroy the US naval power. Dunkirk, 2017. Dunkirk may be Christopher Nolan's greatest film. In it, Nolan demonstrates how sci-fi movies can give one a powerful perspective on real-life history. Nolan's experience thinking about time in Interstellar indubitably helped him envision the use of different timescales in Dunkirk, which allowed him to so effectively convey the different phases of the battle in a single narrative frame, through just a few points of view characters. The movie demonstrates how critical the Navy's response was here, and how the events of Dunkirk turned a feeling of defeat and despair into something very like victory. Dunkirk, 1958. A dramatisation of the British Expeditionary Force 1940 retreat to the beaches of France, and the extraordinary seaborne evacuation that saved it from utter destruction by Nazi Germany.
Well, so long as it's dry land. Don't be a mug, Jerry's got canny.
Das Boot, 1981. It might seem strange describing this movie as an epic when it has such a small setting as Das Boot. Most of the film is set inside the tiny U-96 submarine, just a couple 100 feet long and 30 feet high. But the psychological scope of this film is epic. It puts you through all the dramas of crewing a submarine, including the boredom and cramped conditions, the grime and the fear of experiencing attack with depth charges. An initial length approaching 2.5 hours, with a 3.5 hour director's cut. The movie is itself an experience, but well worth the experience. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.